Welcome back, friends, to Occultists Anonymous, sponsored by Roll20, the Onyx Path, and viewers like you. Thank you very much for your support, hanging out with us. There are some new friends in Twitch chat, and we appreciate you all being here and making the long trek downtown to come see us tonight. A special shout out to our patrons, starting with can you do the can thus? Adele, Al, Alan Michael, Alexander, Ang Falleth, Bernie, Blood Angel, Brandon, Buck Farmer, Chris, Daniel, Doc the Undead, Delora, Emil, Funzusu Ali, George, Jack, Jenny, John, Josh, Julian, Camo is not available, Cat Feathers, Crazy Man 1772, Melissa, Michael, Milo V3, Ms. Grumpy, Moku, Noba, Other Michael, Perry, Puppeteer, Riafio, Ryan, Shaksara, Cinna, Taryn, Thomas, Toast, Usuf Sama, Vortex, and What Up? Woodsound, and Zoltan. that was What Up, but sultry. And that's about as sultry as you get. Sorry, guys.
I'm not gonna lie. I may never be able to read that list of names again.
Oh no, you can't trust them.
No, because I will absolutely not be able to say the two words Buck and Farmer together in a sentence.
Buck Farmer.
It's the same note in my head as Duck Dodgers.
It's not bad when you say it, Ralph, because you're
Let's get dangerous.
That's definitely not Duck Dodgers.
I know.
What was that, Craig?
Darkwing Duck.
Yes, Darkwing Duck was amazing.
Which is a better.
Suck ass, evildoer.
Oh god.
Yeah, Darkwing Duck was pretty good.
It was good. I still need to go actually watch it on Disney Plus. Anyways, we're here for Mage.
Just so many great quotes.
We're definitely not sponsored by Disney
Definitely
Plus.
not. Let's stop now before we get sued. But yes, for the perceptive-eyed viewers on Twitch or YouTube, podcast. Yes, Ralph is having some camera issues, so you just get soul. What did I say?
Soul gazing.
Oh yeah, soul gazing Ralph.
Smoldering.
Yes.
Yeah, Ralph is actually perfecting the art of being incredibly still.
It's become invisible.
That's right.
Oh boy.
That's what happened for me in the past few weeks.
That's true with all the buggy stuff.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I was like, aha, that's a joke. Oh wait, no, that's probably serious.
No, real thing.
Okay. Well, when we last left, and just to double check, because I believe comments were made, you did catch the VOD, Ralph, so you're kind of caught up on where we're at.
Yes. Cool. Yeah, I listened to the whole thing.
Awesome.
Watched the whole thing.
What a dedicated show participant.
Isn't nice having team players like that?
Come on, I gotta be ready for shit.
So everybody, got home fine from the visit out to the Hallow, which is now guarded with a secret door that is just for the next week or two, because I didn't know necessarily if there was going to be a permanent solution. There was no indefinite relinquished spell or anything like that. So that is something that Ralph, Legbo will need to determine later. Theodosia has also an indefinite spell set up and is trying to figure out how to leave it there. And Gisela has some plans for, after talking to Jules and him having his not great evening, he's got some plans, and Isabel Petrichor
Slept great.
as a visitor.
Slept great.
That's true.
Good morning.
Yeah, you actually got your willpower back. And yes, there's a woman with two large braids across the front of what looks like a fairly American frontier dress. It's very utilitarian, not particularly pretty or stylish or standoutish, and while her skin and the braids kind of speak to being Native American, the dress seems more, American. And then she has that tall, it's about 7 feet tall, so it's not huge, but it's a big old staff that seems partially wood, partially stone and metal, sitting at the end of your bed and saying hello in, accented English.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Seeing as how you didn't kill me while I was sleeping, and I don't hear any sort of sounds of violence going on outside, I'm going to assume you have come here to talk to me, even though you have violently disregarded the laws and decency of private residences.
Her head kind of tilts and looks you over, and you get this sense of intense scrutiny.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, for all of you, I think this would probably be the first time anybody's felt this, and you definitely get the that's what it feels like to have mana kind of mess with and touching and avoiding the weird sexual connotations, but feeling out and feeling up your pattern and getting the shape.
I thought you were going to
You
use the word
were-
penetrate, but yeah.
Okay.
You were fine until you used the feeling.
I know.
Yeah, penetrate would have been better, actually.
Hey now.
Go
Go ahead and penetrate that aura.
Oh, Jesus.
Penetrate your nimbus.
It's worse with him not
Right.
having his camera on. It's way
He
worse.
doesn't have to look us in the eyes. Yeah.
Oh, that's good, Perry. Fondling your pattern.
Okay,
All
okay,
right,
okay.
all right.
Trying to kill us.
Yeah, and of course,
Yeah.
focused mage sight scrutiny takes a second per turn
Sure.
or per attempt. So
She scrambles off the side of her bed to her bag.
Hell yeah.
and
And
she.
then comes up with one of her guns.
Yep, there you go. It's like you definitely got some time here, and she stops, and the feeling of scrutiny definitely stops. She kind of draws back, and
I don't know what you were just doing, but that needs to never happen again.
there's a little bit of a smirk to her lips as she kind of eyes the gun and eyes you behind it, kind of looking basically reverse down the sight, and says, okay.
And it's just a very casual, like not like held up and aimed. It's just like shooting from the hip sort of
Okay,
thing.
gotcha. And she kind of, looks down at the gun and kind of sits back a little bit and, kind of brings the staff, not quite like in front of her face, but, right up here, and says, "You are threatening me with violence, pup?"
I don't know that that's how anybody in town would see it if they discovered your body here. I think defending myself from a invader in my home who seems appropriately armed.
If they find a body.
Why would they not?
She kind of looks you over and says, "I would think that someone who has drawn the attention of the Iron Kings would have some understanding of what somebody might be capable of."
What the hell did you just say?
The Iron Kings,
Yeah, what's that?
the gods in heaven. And then in high speech, the Exarchs, which hits, like, oh yeah, that's a whole bunch of bad and oppression just in your
Whoa.
face. Sounds like the way you heard ruin before.
There's more of them?
She kind of looks you up and down. She says, your father did a poor job preparing you for service.
What?
What do you mean, what?
I mean, I don't know anything that you're fucking talking about.
I'm trying to remember. I should have checked this earlier. I'm trying to remember. Do we have your father's name? No. Okay. Yeah.
You want to make one up?
Yeah. Well, because it would be Munoz.
How about Raphael?
Raphael Munoz, right?
Yes. The best name.
Donatello is better. Anyways, yes. So yeah, Don Raphael has told you nothing of your service. The expected service for the honor and position he held.
I mean, I was, raised to be an aristocrat for the first couple of years, but, troubles in Mexico didn't exactly lead that path to be open to me any longer. Or is that not what you're talking about?
No, yeah. She nods and kind of gives a look over you and says, where's Don Raphael now?
As far as I know, both of my parents are either in Spain or dead.
She gives you a very, very dismissive, they're definitely not in Spain.
Well, I haven't seen them since I was a child, so...
And sorry, I'm animating, but I should, for the podcast people. She kind of sits back. There's a kind of rub at her chin, plays with her braid a little bit, and kind of.
I was raised by the family that would become my husband's family.
Well, this was not according to the agreement. But if he is dead and no longer holds a position, I can understand some confusion. Well, and kind of she stands up off your bed and uses like the base of the staff to kind of smack the side of your foot. All right, up. Your service begins now.
Service to what?
The Iron Kings. I've seen you that you've spoken with them.
Gonna have to let you know that was a weird night. I don't plan on ever speaking to them again. Especially if there's more than one, like you're saying.
She looks disappointed, kind of looking you up and down. Well, the Iron Kings will see to you one way or another. That's fine. I only really want the girl. So, you will...
What do you mean?
Arrange for her to come away with us.
What girl?
The one from London. The one
I don't think
journeying into the Supernal right now.
Yeah, I don't think kidnapping her while she's still going through her journey is going to be something we're going to allow.
Oh, no, it's not a kidnapping. She's going to willingly leave with us. Come on, up, and, strikes your foot again.
I'm, standing at this point.
All right, well, get dressed. We have things to do. If you do not move, I will break every bone in your body, stitch it back together, and then do it again until you are ready to comply.
Let's roll initiative.
All right!
Oh no!
We about to have a real good time.
You are magically outclassed.
But Isabel has no idea what she's up against.
That's fine. I got guns.
Yeah, quite true.
Lower initiative.
Do you have a 0 to initiative?
I have a +6.
Oh, okay, so you're at 11.
Oh, then you win.
I just quick grabbed the.
Quite all right.
Yep, Isabel 1.
Real fast. Pull up.
It's a good part about having a gun out and at your hip. Somebody jumps at you.
Ooh, actually, that
trigger.
is true. What is the initiative modifier of a gun?
That's a good question.
The small pistol, I don't think takes anything off. I don't know what kind of pistol you have. A heavy revolver is definitely a minus.
Because I can't imagine that they have a smaller revolver at this point in time.
No, they're hefty.
Because I know I kept a Travis with the small one because it didn't have the negative.
Mm-hmm. No. Ranged combat.
Where the fuck was? Oh, it's in the dark areas.
-2 on heavy revolver. So that will put us at a tie. As you are the one taking the initiative, I'm fine with you having won the initiative.
Okay.
Gun stats are also all in the Hurt Locker book.
Yeah, I don't know that I have that one. It was something I meant to talk out before I ever had to shoot something.
Surprise!
Okay. So the relevant part of the gunslinger merit here is that I can do a short burst.
Oh yeah, basically fanning the. Yep.
Yeah. Which is a +1.
Short
Plus
burst,
2?
3 bullets, add 1 to the shooter's die pool. So you can basically fire that off twice. Till you guys get madder and have infinite bullets in your revolvers.
Right. All right. Cool. I'm going to.
You will have a negative to her defense.
Oh really?
Oh, really? She has.
Really?
Yes, she has space armor.
I see.
It will be a penalty of 3.
Okay. Well, it was nice having that willpower for a second.
Wake up, well rested. Well, gotta use that now. Oh, damn.
1 success.
Okay.
Got hit.
And I believe the damage for a heavy revolver is 2. Yes. So they're in 3 damage? No, excess successes increase damage, right?
Yes.
Yep. So 2 damage, lethal.
What, isn't it just successes plus?
But any if you hit them, that counts as an excess success.
Oh, fair. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
So 3 lethal.
3.
Okay.
And out the bedroom door.
Okay.
Fuck yes.
Probably shoot and then get the door open, right?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. My imagining was she would probably be blocking it, but I think the consideration of you have the initiative and just suddenly here's 3 shots from the hip and running. Right. I'm okay with you getting past her, right. Which actually is going to pull us out of initiative. As you burst out into that upper level hallway. Madame Robert is coming out to meet you, half dressed, and she's like, "Did you hear gunfire?"
Smoking gun.
Woman in my room.
And she steps into the room, and in the midst of you running out, you feel your peripheral mage sight kind of tingling. And she steps in, and she looks down, and there's blood on the floor. But that is it. And she kind of turns back to look at you and go, "Ma'am?"
There was a woman in my room.
"Where?"
I don't know.
And she steps in through the room, goes to your window, which is securely locked and closed, and she looks around, and and by blood, we're talking about a couple drops, right? Whatever was that initial splatter onto the floor, it doesn't seem to have gone through her, which is also
That's useful.
well, yes, I know, but calm down. But yes, and so she's looking, and she's like,
and Isabel hones in, if I can, catches her from stepping on the blood.
"Sure, yeah."
Stops her foot, and then with a finger, "It's not my blood."
And she takes your hand, with the blood, kind of moves that over and kind of looks you up and down. "What?" And you can see her mind going and trying to understand. She is definitely having a breaking point. It's not your fault, so there's no active hubris involved, but she's trying to understand something that isn't. There was gunfire, and she walked out, and there should be something, and it is not making sense to her, and you definitely see her trying to come to grips, and she's like, I need to lay down. The excitement has gotten to me, kind of vibe, and so she goes back into her room. Like I said, she's half dressed, so she starts to. Well, do you follow her in, or do you have other shit to do?
No. I got other shit to do.
So you leave Madame Robert having her little panic attack.
Yep.
And
I will grab one on the way out, quickly dressed, fucking reload the gun, not even putting him back in my bag. They're on holsters on my hips.
Yes.
And I will grab one of the guys that are doing the still or whatever.
well, yeah, because as you exit and you come down the stairs,
people are downstairs probably,
and there are people who are looking up, and you come down with guns on your hip, which nobody in town has seen. And they're kind of drawn back, and people are moving, and there's what was that? And a lot of that kind of conversation getting thrown at you.
Oh, I will unlock the window before leaving the room.
Okay.
Or even throw it up. And then feels bad to fucking gaslight the shit out of a person for this, but kind of have to.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a woman in my room. She dove out the window.
But you shot her? Who was shooting?
Guns.
And you can see the guys conversation, because this is beyond anything
this is
purgatory
fucking
bluff.
wild.
Yeah. And there's a couple of the miners, some of your regulars, right, who get up and they're like, "Which way did she go?" These big burly guys, "We're gonna chase down a woman." They're gonna think about that part a little bit later, but for now they're like, let's go, and they're tromping out the front, and
everybody,
some guys go
everybody
left.
fan out, y'all, and she very much is yeah, that's fine, great guys, thank you. And then we'll grab whoever else is from the actual business. I think Madame Robert may have had a fainting spell. Someone should see to her from the excitement.
Theo, you probably would not be here.
No,
Because because it's still early. Yeah, so it's probably Yeah, probably Arcelia.
And then as fast as possible,
Right.
then out the door and getting down to Theo's place.
It definitely is. It's gonna take you several minutes to tell the story,
Right.
get guys out, tell Arcelia to go check on Madame Robert,
And not have them follow
Right.
me.
right. And they're off, and it's you guys go that way, you go this way, and I'm going this way, and we'll all fan out, and you're just more or less you're getting them off your trail as you hoof it out towards the cart.
I feel like I am awoken by this.
The whole town probably has heard
The
gunshots.
gunshots?
Yeah, because it's a quiet town. The loudest thing that you ever usually hear is maybe barking, and then all of a sudden, blam 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 is what is going off sometime shortly after dawn.
After dawn, yeah.
And just people are up, and did you hear that? And the people who are a little farther out, heard. Was that
Like in the
gunshots?
mines.
Oh yeah, the mines. Well, yeah, they probably would have carried that far, but
They'll echo far in a quiet place like that.
and it's probably distant enough that it's like, what was that? Not necessarily clear.
Right.
Well, actually, with the staccato rhythm of 3 gunshots, it may actually be pretty clear. But
Yeah, we can hear them inside my house growing up from like across a 100-acre field way back in the woods.
actually, so for everybody, go ahead and do a wits plus composure roll.
Cool. I knew that was coming.
The mine is a 15-minute walk away, so
Exceptional success.
Mhm.
sure. Crazy wits plus composure.
Noctul says they got 2 successes.
Oh, yeah. Give me that 3.
Ralph.
Do I gain anything for getting 5?
We will talk about that momentarily. Craig, were you also rolling? Okay. But yes, for 5 successes, and I think like we've confirmed the Bauer family lives close to downtown, effectively, what will eventually be downtown. So yeah, it's definitely that was it. That was clearly gunshots. So like absolutely no doubt in your mind, and know that it came from the bar, basically. Whether or not it was the upper level or not, hey, there have been bar fights and stuff like that, but nobody's ever pulled a gun before. Yeah. So yes, we continue with with Theo, the 2 successes. As long as you guys got 1, you definitely heard the sound. And if we're not currently already awake, are awoken by it. I mean, again, it's dawn, so most people are getting up anyways. But yes, Theo with the 2 successes, you are not surprised at seeing Isabel, at a pretty solid run, kind of coming up towards the cart. With you and Catherine, sitting outside, where you've been sleeping out under the stars.
Theo gets to her feet.
There was a woman in my room. She's coming for Rilla. She's one of us.
Without taking eyes off Isabel, Theo just says, Catherine, get Felosia into the cart.
I mean, Velocia's probably in the cart with Rilla sleeping, probably.
Right.
Whatever happens, stay in there.
Cool. Yeah. And so Catherine looks and is, about to be well, we can handle some woman, blah, blah, blah. And then notices the guns on Isabel and goes, okay, dear. And like steps into the cart and pulls out the shotgun, the little coach gun, and just climbs into the back, pulls the door shut, and Legba, oh yeah, hey, that's the grumpy guy with the coach gun in the cart in the Oneros. Yeah. It's just Catherine is like, all right, That's fine. Protect the girls. She can do that. Yeah, so you two are, then left alone. Pausing you guys there. Legba and Ash. These are two not the same people. Ralph and Ash, what are your characters doing?
I would definitely have wanted to head towards the tavern where I heard the gunshots.
So, dress quickly and then, pulling the boots on, running.
I feel like they're probably, she's probably up.
That's true. Your dad
doing
does
morning chores.
And your dad is that early shift. So yeah, okay.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like Mom, I'm gonna go find out what that was.
I'm not saying that to my mom though. No.
Fair. Very fair. Of all
the hell you are.
Sit your ass down. Yeah. Just out the door and So yeah, you probably catch the tail end of actually considering
everyone fanning out.
Probably, yeah. You actually probably see that initial fan of people running out and Isabel running.
Yeah, I was thinking, if I could see Isabel going, I would follow her.
Okay. Yeah, so you'll probably show up shortly after Catherine is getting into the cart. Ralph, what is Jean-Paul Cloak-Legba doing?
Legba is prepared for this. He has assumed that something terrible was going to happen. One reason why he wanted to forge strong connections with the other members of the coven is so that he would be able to identify where they are on a moment's notice and get there. So, the first thing he tries to do is, hearing gunshots, is contact Isabel telepathically. Or, actually, no, just determine her position. But that might be harder to do. So, what he would rely on is the sympathetic connection that they have, which I'm assuming is medium.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a medium connection. I think there are two options, right? He uses some space spell to try and identify where she is based on that, or he just casts telepathy at sympathetic range to try and talk to her. Which based on. Go ahead.
So the one caveat is telepathy is going to be distracting. So if she's in the middle of something.
Yeah. And she didn't seem to like it last time. So he thinks the safest choice is to try and identify her position and then head there immediately.
Cool. Are you going to use locate object?
I am going to use locate object. Cool. And at sympathetic range. Mm-hmm. So that means it probably I wouldn't need to use advanced scale for this.
Not actually, because that's the trick for that one. Because the advanced scale, if you take the reach for tracking the subject after it leaves the area.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Instead of spending the same reach on advanced scale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, perfect. So I was trying to confirm that I wouldn't need to use advanced scale. So excellent. So I'm gonna call it locate Isabel.
Might need to make that one a praxis.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. I need instant cast. I don't need advanced duration. I just need that additional reach. So this is 2 reach needed. And I have 3. This is 2.
3 reach because you need sensory range.
Oh, that's right. What? Oh, you mean sympathetic range. Yeah, that's right.
Technically, it's sensory range, and then
sensory, then plus,
and then you just spend a mana.
Okay, that's right. I spend a mana to make it sympathetic with the attainment. Okay, perfect. All right.
Casting sympathetically, one of those ones I got memorized.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you very much. All right. Cool. Not increasing duration or scale. Bonus from Yantras. Well, got the coven, and I think Legba.
Well, one of those has to be your sympathetic connection to...
that's right, because I only have Gnosis 2, so I only have 2 Yantras.
Right, and
great.
What item are you using for...
as a representational Yantra?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't grab any items from them.
The easy answer here is Isabel, her actual name, her sympathetic name.
Okay, yeah. Then all right. Yeah, I'll use that.
It is a really crappy, not useful yantra for bonus dice, but it's all you need for sympathetic casting.
That's great. So then, Cloak, still, because he was meditating when he heard these sounds.
Sure.
He says her name. And so the total bonus for Diantras is
Just going to be your
4.
shadow name?
Yeah, shadow name and Cabal theme.
Yes.
So it's going to be 9 dice, and there's no paradox because it's actually 3 reach.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 3 free.
Right.
Great. There we go.
9 dice, 1 success. But yeah,
Yep.
that's enough. And,
Good enough.
Yeah. And immediately, actually, yeah, imago-wise, how does Legba feel and understand location, especially when looking at it sympathetically? Is it a thing that shows up in his head, or just the environment that he knows, so he would recognize, oh, that's Theo's wagon, or is it a distance?
It's kind of ambiguous position, like an intuitive understanding of where it is. And as he thinks of connection in the form of chains, basically when locate object functions for him is he's pulling on a chain and he's trying to hear where the last link rattles.
I dig that.
So he hears it rattling over where perhaps in his mind is Theo's wagon, but he's going to head over to Isabel immediately.
Sure. Cool. So yeah, heading out the door, the cult is, kind of curious, and Cloak is heading out the door, and Messy J kind of gets up and kind of gives you a quick look, trying to get your eye to see what you're up to. Like, do you need backup, or is she here?
Oh yeah. He'll stop actually, considering their relationship, and he'll say, Isabel needs help, but you should not be there yet.
Okay, yeah, and kind of pats your arm and says, "Go, Legba," and turns and basically starts telling everybody down, calm down. You heard gunshots. It's no big deal. Nobody's coming for us. And but that said, she goes out she follows you to the door and kind of gets a look out. See is what's actually going on in the immediate area. Nobody's here. And, basically go back, get breakfast, keep meditating. We're okay. Everything's fine. If something's up, Legba will, tell us. Will give us warning. And then, you're trucking down the hill. We basically cut over to Gisela showing up to the cart.
Yeah, as I'm walking up, they're both outside on alert. What happened?
You probably show up about the time that I am explaining ruin and this new Iron King's word. Because Theo would not have necessarily been told about that yet.
Oh, about ruin? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. About seeing the thing in the mine when I was high on drugs.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs.
So there's one of us who is with that thing.
Yeah. And she claimed to have been... Well, she knew my father. His name, at least. Claimed that I was not well prepared for service.
I don't think... My father's definitely not one of us. I didn't know this was passed on.
Genetic, but we don't know the term genetic yet.
Don't know the word for that.
Hereditary.
I mean, I don't think we know that word either.
Yeah,
Definitely do.
True, it is.
Because heritage and,
Okay.
heraldry.
Yeah, by this point, the Royals knew they needed to start trying to branch out a little bit. Yeah, I don't think Isabel is handling this well at all. I think it's
fair.
just spiraled fucking panic of like at one point she just like rips the door open to
Make
the
sure
coach
they're there.
without like and like actually make sure they're there and then closes it again.
Yeah, you get like face full of coach gun, and Catherine like staring you down and says, "Next time, say something." And like as her finger comes out of the trigger well. Yeah.
Okay.
Shuts the door
So
back.
I think that's about the time. Just because
Yeah. Yeah.
Ralph Legba runs really fast. Whatever, deal with it. And
Sure.
yeah.
I mean, it also is extrapolated more than that. Like, this is very much an entire scene of Isabel, like, talking in circles
That's
and
true, yeah.
panicking and, like,
Panic info
I shot her. I
dumping.
know I saw her blood. I know she was there. And, like, there's probably still a little smudge of it on her finger.
Ooh. So if Legba walks up right then,
Mm-hmm.
he would walk straight up to Isabel and say, "Are you hurt?
No.
Who did you hurt?"
An enemy.
Where are they now?
I don't know. They disappeared.
What did you do to them before they disappeared?
I shot them.
Did you see your shot contact them? Is there more of that?
A couple drops. It may have dried by now.
We must get it before it disappears. If there's anything there, we might be able to find her with it. Legbo will turn on his mage sight. And then perform or cast an improvised spell of unveiling? Yeah. To
Knowing?
knowing.
I guess it's knowing. He's trying to confirm if there is sympathy from that blood
Sure.
to another.
Is that a mage sight thing?
I don't think that you can see sympathetic connections.
No,
with
I'm
space
thinking of
sight.
yantras with Prime. Yeah.
With Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, more or less correspondence. Yeah.
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 So I'm just trying to confirm whether or not that blood still has a sympathetic connection somewhere else. So I guess it would be a practice of knowing. Yeah, makes sense, Chris. All right, cool. Cast it up. Spell name. Sanguine sympathy.
Actually, you would not be getting, because you're casting this on the blood. So you are not getting. Well, I guess you could. Yeah.
The blood would have a sympathetic connection to the body, right?
But again, you are casting this on the blood, right? To see if it has a connection.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I was talking about yantra bonuses. So, but no, carry on.
What yantra bonuses?
I thought you were using the blood as a yantra bonus, as a like material sympathetic yantra.
Oh, no,
Right, yeah.
no. I was just confirming that my intent for the spell was to determine if the blood could function in that capacity by it having a sympathetic connection to someone. Cool. All right, let me continue then. Okay, I'm going to do +2 reach and specify a connection of the person for that reach, writer, and correspondence. The person his blood came from, so identify them.
Right.
So I can have them in my mind's eye. So then I need 3.
And Isabel would be like describing her to
Ooh,
you
fantastic.
in this process.
Excellent. Sweet. I got 3. Because this is not a sympathetic spell, I will count 5 yantra bonus from my son and from Shadow Name.
Sure.
Great. So it'll be 10 dice.
Okay.
I got 3 connections, but I only need 1.
Let me double check something here.
Go right ahead.
Let's see if there's a clash of wills.
Yep.
Well, if your sympathy is protected, if she has
Yeah. He's not. He's just checking for the connection.
connection on the blood.
Yeah, so the only connection that you see on the blood is to itself. It has no other connections.
Okay, it's been too long.
I would go so far as for you to say, hang on, they should have...
That shouldn't
Right.
be right.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it
Not
should
too long
definitely
ago,
be a
they've
red
been
flag.
excised.
Okay, cool. So then Legba would say, this isn't right.
Can you travel? With your magic?
You see him considering that question. And he says, I think I can now.
Almost, sort of.
But it would be difficult or new for you?
It would be new. I have not done it yet. But I think I understand space and connection now enough to link us physically to a place. To form a chain of connection.
She is more powerful than you. Is a fair assumption, then. Especially if she has taken a bullet and then done it in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, because even the sanguine sympathy spell took 12 seconds, 6 seconds,
12?
6 seconds,
6
2 rounds,
Why would it
Two
take
rounds.
6?
2 yantras.
You did 2 yantras.
Oh, because I chose to use the Asone. That's right. I keep forgetting that. Yeah, I could just cast instantly. It would be 3 seconds.
Yeah, but only 1 yantra.
Yeah, I know. I just mean at this point with
Right.
Shadow Name.
Right.
The bonus from Gnosis and Arcanum. Okay. She may indeed be better at working her will. That doesn't concern me. She's
Nor I.
if
but
she is
something we
still a
should be
flesh.
prepared for. It also means that how do we protect ourselves and Rilla
What does she
and
want
those
with
we care
Rilla?
about? That's what she was there for. She came to investigate me and to obtain Rilla.
I will give you so far as to take that step farther, and she was going to use you to get Rilla.
Right.
She must not know where she is.
Or she... And, like, relay the whole, no, she's going to come with us willingly thing. The confidence that came from that, which is infuriating. Mainly why she got shot. Could have just talked nicely. Might not have known better to hear you out.
Okay.
Well, this is
Yeah.
going on. I want to knock on the coach door and ask Catherine if I can come in.
Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah, she's hearing everybody's voices. Yeah, yeah, and so like she pulls the door open, a little bit. What's wrong?
I wanted to see how Rilla's doing.
And at this point, that the little cart is now very awkward because Valosia is over there, and it's a small cart, And Rilla doesn't see Valoja, and Rilla is trying to move and get out of and like, hey, I'd like to get out. And Catherine is gently like one hand on the gun, the other hand pushing Rilla down, and Rilla has no idea where Valoja is. And it's very awkward, and Valoja is fortunately taking this like a champ, a little bit freaked out because Catherine's got a gun, but like, okay, this is weird, but okay, this is fine. But yeah. And so she's like, yeah, you know, she's as well as can be. If we're, you know, the three of us cramped in here, it's, you know.
Okay. I'm just going to try to, like, wrap a blanket around her shoulder and get her to sit back down. Just sort of relax, stay here, and do this.
Okay. And what is the 2 reach that you're spending?
Instant and duration.
Okay.
Consideration spell, if I take advanced duration, it'll last a while, right?
With Fate 3, you've got day, week, month. Oh, wait.
Yep.
Seeing day, week. Yeah, you're at a week.
Because it's not a potency spell, it's just a clash of wills if anything tries to affect it. I don't know if... Does it only protect against fate and magic?
No, it can affect, like, if someone were to use mind magic to make you go against your will, that's something that it would ward against. Anything that messes with your self-agency, basically.
Okay. Yeah, and put this on her. And the yantra is, I was using the blanket as like a shield kind of in my head.
Sure.
Just sort of...
I appreciate, like, I'm totally on board with you leaning into being the fabric witch. So, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of it is just coming into my head as leaving. Yeah. And, yeah. That and Rilla herself. I'm just gonna, like... I thought she was asleep, and I was gonna, like, try to, like, just sort of brush her hair back and take a hair, but...
That's okay. So, 5, 7 dice.
1 success.
Cool. That's all you need. And just remember that is one of your active spells currently. Because we should only have 2 active spells. Well, 3.
Because I've only got Gnosis 2.
No, you're fine, yeah. But Legba has one from Secret Door. Theo has one from the water. And now
Shipping.
Gisela has the one for this protect spell. I think that's all of them. Cool. But yeah, and, you know, Rilla, you know, weirdly is like kind of shrugging the blanket off, but as the spell goes off, like it's a snap of, she just grabs it and pulls it around herself, like very, I'm wearing this as a shawl kind of vibe, and just sits for a bit. So it's like, spell had some unintended consequences, but yeah.
Seems alright though. That, yeah. Okay. And then, yeah, I'm just going to back out.
Cloak actually has 2 spells up right now.
What was the other one?
The other one is the spell he casts on Sanite, keep her asleep.
Oh, right. Okay.
And I forgot in my casting about Secret Door.
Yeah, it's fine. That's why I brought it up, because that one,
cool.
I cast that one for you. So yeah, we won't stress about that. Okay. Isabel is casting a spell
as everyone like starts doing a couple other things, Isabel has time to think how she can add into the situation, because she is not one to let other people do things for her.
Yeah,
which is what this situation is rapidly becoming, and it is time to assert some dominance. And so she slips into Petrichor and puts out or attempts to put out a call for a spirit that would be capable of hunting.
Okay. Cool.
That's what I'm talking
let
about.
us start with that paradox.
Yeah.
Well, actually, real quick, let's go over the reach, just so we mention those.
So instant duration, create an open condition, and then a longer
Complex task.
Task.
Potency. All right, cool. Do you have the willpower there for that 3? Okay.
Yeah.
Because you had mentioned using willpower before, and I can't remember what that was used on.
Yeah. I had
Okay,
two
okay, cool.
to start the
I
morning.
thought that had been your last one.
Because I got a manipulative one at the
That's
end of the day and then slept.
Okay. What are we doing about the paradox?
Well, the yantras are Shadow Name and my
Okay,
flute,
so
which is a +2 for
Mhm.
summoning. And 8 again? 9 again? 9 again.
8 again for perfect.
8 again.
Oh,
Yeah.
for practice, 9 again.
Is it just that? Okay.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's
It's,
what I
it's
thought.
9 again and it spells aspect.
Yeah, because you got to
to
try to get
Okay.
8 again.
Um,
Usually a mana or something like that for prime stuff. So the flute would be
right.
-2.
So 2 paradox.
So 2 dice.
Nothing.
Cool.
Roll
One of these days.
1 success.
There we go.
So as well, actually, yeah, kind of set the mood for us here, because this is your first summoning here, right? What's the imago look like? What's the vibe to this spell? The look to it?
It is absolutely like tracking. Like it is like sniffing the blood and then like opening her mage sight and like getting a feel for all of the resonance around us, and then sort of, you know, probably squatting down and like pressing the idea of the resonance of a hunter into the area around where she's standing, because I didn't go for advanced scale, so it's just right here, but it puts out the call to wherever, you know, closest one.
And then the withstand is rank, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. So it would be able to grab a rank 2.
Because right, it's duration, it's the base. Okay.
Right.
So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. So yes, as you all are casting your spells and going through this stuff, Petrichor is the only person who is not probably freaked out by the horse. Well, probably not that large. Just a normal sized mountain lion that just kind of steps up, and yeah, it's still a mountain lion, so it's, you know, waist high, and shoulder checks itself into Petrichor's hip, and then like tail whipping back and forth. You definitely know, okay, I do not need to let anybody see this thing, because like at a distance, this looks like a mountain lion. You looking up closer, you can see that the fur looks far more like, you know, ye old waves of grain, you know, kind of vibe to the fur. That same, you know, tan color, though. The claws, which are not retracted and are just out, look far more like jagged rock than actual, you know, nail and bone. It looks like something that you've pulled up out of the earth. But it just, it just hip checks and then just starts, but because the command in the imago, rather than coming out of your mouth, would be.
And I think she, like, you know, seals it with like actually like turning and stating to this thing, because she gets hip checked and turns and just like takes her fingers and just puts it like absolutely brazenly right in front of this thing's nose and mouth. Said, I want you to find whose blood this is. Track her for me, and I shall see you firmly rewarded.
Yeah, because there's no sympathy, but it's still her blood. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
This is just
It can
baseline shit.
Yeah. So yeah, you get like take a point of bashing. Don't bother writing it down, as like tongue laps over it, and it's like razor coil across your fingers, and then it just like, it doesn't even look up at you. It just sways and moves.
Then I follow it. And I start following it.
Okay. Yeah, so you all watch as there's some whispered words from Petrichor, and then Mountain Lion shows up, and Petrichor is just following the fucking Mountain Lion.
I mean, it was open, so it could have manifested if it had it or wanted to.
Oh, that's true. It's not automatically materialized. Thank you for reminding me. Yes. So You are the only one who sees it, yeah, so nobody else would be freaked out. It is currently in twilight.
As she starts walking, I turn to Theo, because I think Gisela's inside the wagon still.
No, I've come out.
Yeah, it's just a
You come
lean
out?
in.
Yeah, I stepped in, did the thing, and then sort of stepped out.
Yeah, again, the
I
6
am-
seconds.
Not
Okay.
going anywhere, though.
Great, yeah, so Legba turns to the two of you and says, I'm going to go with Petrichor. Please stay here with Rilla.
I appreciate that we have the action hero team and the guard everybody team, and it's the same team every time. I mean, we only really had two excuses for it, but
Right.
yeah. The Theo
I'm sure shit'll get mixed up
Oh, yeah.
eventually.
Theo looks like Theo is summoning backup as well. Let's go over.
It's a lot of minuses.
Let's go, and that's a long duration too.
It's a week.
Okay.
Is it a potency spell?
Yeah.
Ghost
No,
summons.
Why is that one?
No, it's a
wait,
duration
hang on.
spell.
Is it duration spell?
Yeah,
You're right,
almost-
it is a duration
almost
spell.
spells. Mhm. Yeah, so you
I
don't
only-
really need
So you
that.
probably don't need it for
I
a
needed
year.
Yes.
that, yeah.
Okay. I was wondering about that. I was like, hang on.
But you might want more potency.
Well, it depends on who you're trying to summon, I guess.
I was going to summon Noel Hill.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
He was rank 2.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I have def 3, so that should just beat
Mhm.
his withstand. So
Well, is it a duration spell?
it
Yes.
is a duration spell.
Yeah, so you only have base 1 potency. So the
Oh,
minus 4.
right. So
will
I
be
still
fine.
need the potency. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to keep
But
the
you're-
-4 potency. Yes.
Your spell is good if you drop the
Yes.
duration
Affirmative.
penalty.
And same reach, I imagined. Instant duration, advanced, complex command.
No, instant duration open condition on the area, which would allow him to manifest. Now, just a question: is that give him the option to manifest, or does it force him to manifest?
It makes it possible.
Okay, so that's what I want: the open condition on the area, and then the simple command.
Okay.
I didn't want to go with 5 reach. I wasn't feeling that lucky.
It's only paradox. Da, 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 da.
All right, you sold me. I'll go for the 5 reach.
Oh, and notably, the ghost manifests as part of responding to the summons. So yes, it does appear. Now, how it manifests is a different question. Notably for because if that does it have that same line for spirit, Chris? Do you remember? Okay.
No, it just says the spell also creates the open condition on the area, even if it does not match the spirit's resonance.
Okay. Cool. So
Which is the benefit you're getting out of it.
yeah, so for oh wait, hang on, we have to do the actual spellcast. So first up, paradox. You
I'm
are
overreaching by 4. We adjusted from what I posted there.
oof,
Ooh.
Okay. and I mean it's just some bashing wounds.
Gonna be a rolling 7, 8. You're fine.
Just in there, but that's fine.
That's
Yeah.
fine. I'll take it.
A couple bloody noses, and then roll your 5 minus 4 is 1 plus 6, 7 dice. Four
I'll take it.
successes. All right. I jump back over to Noel. Right. But yes, so the farmer in a bunch of actually hang on, no, that's I think the other guy. Yeah, he looks fairly normal if I remember correctly. Yeah. But yeah, shows up and is disoriented for a second and like catches eyes with you and feels that draw of the connection to the summoner, and it's just a what?
I need you to protect this camp. The girl Rilla, my daughter Velosia, and Catherine Moody.
Who?
The people in the cart right now.
Who are they to you? But no, you already said you said your daughter, which
Yep.
that is the thing where he goes, picks up like a log, just holds it in his hand. Who's coming?
She appeared to be a woman. She's able to wield powers like we are.
Like looks around the camp and says, "Ah, yes, a woman." And I imagine you give a little bit of the description.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, you know me, everybody's snarky. But yeah, and so he like steps up, and like puts his hand on the door of the thing and just kind of leans up next to it and just watches. And because you did make the area his anchor, he doesn't even have to worry about essence. He can just hang out here.
Are you able to make yourself invisible, or?
Actually, let me see. Because I think he might actually be
Forced to manifest for a week?
Yes. I'm trying to remember manifestations. All right, let's see here.
But if he's manifested, he looks normal, right?
No, he just looks like himself.
He's
There.
but here.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out because there's a couple different manifestations that he may appear as, and I'm debating whether or not he has materialize.
Theo could temporarily alter his form so that he wouldn't look like a ghost.
That is a possibility, but starting to run into
That's another spell.
Control
Yeah.
as well.
Indeed. Yeah, I know. Just saying. If it becomes important, that is an option.
Fetter wouldn't really work. Yeah, so I guess he is going to materialize. I don't know that he actually. Oh yeah, actually no, he can just do image. He appears to be here, but is in Twilight. He still has Nubina that he can use. There is definitely, as Perry is getting snarky in chat, there is a daemon who's not a sassy asshole. I promise. But yeah.
Wait, which one?
Actually, two. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, I think mine isn't going to be sassy per se.
No, yours is. I mean, we've met yours, or well, an appearance of it. So, but yes.
Next time we go back, it's going to be a different situation.
But yeah, Noel sets up and he appears there, but he is in Twilight. So yeah, we have Legba and Isabel, or Petrichor, heading off. What is Theo does the summons and then stays, or?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, so we have the home team and then we have the away team. So yeah, the away team.
Do you only have the one gun?
To
Theo. You've only got the one gun?
Yeah.
It's alright. They're a death mage.
No, I meant if I could have one. But you don't have a second one, so.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Now, that said, Gisela could run home because you guys at least have a rifle.
I don't want to leave.
Sure, that's fine. So, yeah. Cool. So you guys post up. The mountain lion, being actually a spirit, has a little bit easier time at this than, ye regular mountain lion might. But as the two of you are following this thing, which heads into town initially and then veers out down towards the river and the bridge. Actually basically makes a beeline towards the bridge after a minute, but it does these very sweeping, serpentine back and forth along the route, making sure it's following the strongest draw and stuff like that. But it's not fast. It is definitely like a padding walk. So you guys have moments of conversation or quiet intensity, whatever it may be. Make it to the bridge. crossing the bridge, and for both of you, you know this is probably the part where things might get dicey, because there are farms out here. Now nobody's
Right.
on the road. Everybody who's going to see you is going to see you from half a mile away, on the plot and stuff like that. But if nothing else, Legba is pretty recognizable at a distance. Isabel to a lesser extent. The mountain lion probably is not going to be even noticed. Just
You said it's in Twilight, right?
right. Very true. Thank you. Yeah. So you guys, yeah, that's true. So it's just the two of you walking.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it continues into, well, because there's no real road so much as a lot of dirt paths that start to interlace and cut between. And at one point,
Probably not even very well formed, even.
no, I mean, there's cart
Just a
tracks,
single
and stuff.
file walking
Right.
path.
They're starting to like develop a little bit more because now everybody is crossing right here at the bridge.
Right.
Before where everybody's made their own path down to the river. And after a moment, you're walking and the mountain lion just like, oh yeah, we're going to veer here, and steps into wheat.
Before we go into the wheat,
Mm-hmm.
now at this point where it seems like, hey, we're going to go into a place that's hard to see,
Mm-hmm.
Legba reaches out and places his hand on Patricor's shoulder and says, "For sight, I open the way to perception." And he's just going to cast the outward and inward eye.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so let's see. The Imago, a Legba aspected cloak-based Imago, would be that... If the primary stimulus is the sound of clinking chains, the sound is no less muted, is not muted by distance. So all of a sudden, all the various trappings of the fallen world that make things seem like it's harder to perceive, things at a distance, things that are harder to smell, things that are harder to hear, harder to touch, roughness, all that stuff. It's all distilled down to different tinklings that you're able to detect extremely clearly and without distraction.
Cool.
Alrighty, cool.
Like that. I do
Excellent.
not know that the shadow name is necessarily going to apply here, though. I don't know that,
Really?
like, the idea of Legba, the opener of ways, but this is...
The Master of Understanding?
I mean, Master of Understanding can be used for a lot of things. This, I don't think, is necessarily understanding so much as, like you said, this is perception. This is seeing things. 'Cause that's 99% of what the spell does. Also, you can't be ambushed, which I don't also think is a Legba thing. Sorry, I'm
I just think of it more
of
of the Guardian at the Crossroads as well, in that perception is linked to understanding. But the two of them are different aspects of the same consequence of your mind.
I mean, I get where you're coming at, but I think this one is...
You can't understand something without perceiving it.
Right. No, I like I said, I understand where you're coming from. I
Okay,
think this
cool.
is just
Great,
a
yeah.
little bit too far from the shadow name. Because again, this is one of those ones where I have to grab hold of the shadow name and pull it back from what we did with the rookery. I think...
Okay, I mean, it's not affecting other Arcanum. So, but fair enough. We'll just move on from this. I hear you that I will not use my shadow name as a yantra in this spell.
But yeah,
And I will call it Chains of Perception.
well, echolocation by shaking chains.
Okay, yeah, that works too. I need instant cast. I need advanced duration.
We will need an additional reach
one,
because it's a spell.
one additional spell. That's right. And I don't think I need anything else. Yeah. Cool.
Potency doesn't
Great.
matter. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Oh, you do reduce penalties due to range, cover, or concealment by spells
Oh, yeah.
potency.
Exactly. It's real nice. So I got 3 potency on that. Let's see. We don't have high speech yet.
No, it is a duration spell.
So, yeah, that's
Okay.
right. Oh, that's right. Okay. No, I'm not going to increase potency. We'll just take the 1. Or, you know what? I'll spend an extra reach to swap the primary factor.
Okay. There you go.
Because I only need it. I'm going to keep it up for the scene. I'm just going to take the 1 bonus from my Asan. And I'll spend a Willy. Because I need to take a -2 to cast it on Isabel and myself.
Oh, for skill. Okay.
Yep, that's right. So that's going to be 7 dice. And you roll... Oh, because I have the Asan, then you roll a chance die for Paradox.
Oh, right, because we have to increase that by 1.
Yep.
Nothing.
Sweet.
2
Great.
successes. So,
All right, I'm
like
gonna note that
hands
as
in,
an extra
you
spell.
guys have that, like, the world is a flat plane distortion effect on top of poor Isabel, who's got her mage sight on to follow the panther mountain lion. Yeah, the world in every angle all at once. But I'm sure the like hunter awareness side of things is alright.
It's okay. That's pretty okay.
So yeah, and notably as the mountain lion has, kept moving a little bit farther, what would have been difficult to see amongst the wheat. Now it's like, oh yeah, no, it's right there. I can see it because I'm looking down on from above, effectively. And yeah, so the question here is, because I'm imagining shoulder high wheat, simple enough to crouch down, or
Right.
do you guys try and kind of play it off a little bit and like find the path in parallel, or how are you guys following the mountain lion?
Yeah, initially we can find a path. And then when it stops being possible, cut through. And I don't think she cares about being
Okay.
seen.
And Ralph, kind of same thing for Legba?
Yes, indeed.
Cool. Yeah, so the two of you, make a little jaunty walk out towards, basically at this point, now you are walking towards a farmhouse. The mountain lion doesn't seem to be beelining towards it. It's definitely crossing through at an angle. But as it gets a little bit farther into the field, you both watch. Well, no, you don't both watch. Isabel, Petrichor, sees the panther for a second amongst the wheat, and then does not see the panther. And it just kind of passes through, like, mid-step, walking behind a curtain almost.
Okay. I'm gonna go right to that spot.
Sure. Yeah, hop the short little, stone wall.
Yeah, and Legba, follow me.
Hmm.
It just disappeared.
Coming.
And make your way straight to the same spot. Getting close, I feel like you both get your sense of peripheral mage sight. Something is happening right here.
I turn on my mage sight, my active mage sight.
Absolutely.
Do I perceive
Double checking
any space
the
distortions?
space. Yeah. Because that's definitely what it is. Try to write, because you can't see through them, because that's the reach for literally the spell you just cast.
Yes, we're in outward in eye, that's right.
Cover, blah, blah, blah. Detect spatial warps, scrying windows and presence of viruses. So yes, as you, kind of stop near where Petrichor is kind of looking, you can see a warping. In my head, you probably see it like a doorway.
Okay. Cool. Then Legba says to Petrichor, there is a hidden doorway here. We can penetrate if we wish. I think we should look through first.
And Petrichor pretty much just goes, right here?
Yes.
And starts walking. Because my characters don't learn from my previous characters' mistakes.
Fabulous. Oh, thank God, it's 7:30. Hey guys, it's okay. There's no
Little cliffhanger.
there's no actual real cliffhanger because we do one episode. Right. And boy, it's so much easier. My life, it's so much better.
That's right.
But it also means I can pause here and YouTube guys, you won't even notice anything. Twitch guys, we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Please get up, get a drink, get some more coffee, pet your dogs, go to the bathroom, that kind of stuff. We'll be back in a second. Petrichor steps through the gateway, and we jump over to Isabel and nope, not Isabel. Man, these names: Gisela and Theo, and I guess Noel Hill. As you guys are kind of camped out there.
So Gisela, Noel Hill. Noel, this is my friend Gisela.
I've met him.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
That's
yeah, it was the first time we visited him.
Yeah, I can't remember who I took to the graveyard, which time.
Yeah, the only one who hasn't gone out is Petrichor now.
Mm-hmm.
I am legitimately a little bit freaked out that he's here, but handling it.
Yeah, I mean, and generally speaking, other than being like very intense and definitely has this whole like paranoia, back to the wall kind of vibe, which is kind of the guy you want right now. He's generally speaking just seems a very normal guy in appearance.
I mean, it's more that I know he is a ghost and he
that's true
belongs in the graveyard and he's here now.
Yep. Yeah, I think we pick up with Noel basically keeping an eye out and explaining. So, what exactly did the girls do that this woman is coming for them?
The one woman, Arilla, is becoming like us. And this other woman found out about it, and she's coming here to take her away. And we are inclined to not allow that to happen.
She thinks she'll convince her to leave, which I don't intend to let that happen.
I mean, if she has a good argument and reason that she should go away.
The girl isn't exactly herself right now, and she might be extremely suggestible.
Ah.
And also the woman seeking her is tied to some very unpleasant things.
Ah, I see. Unpleasant things. Okay. like at this point, Noel's like, are they feeding me bullshit? I don't know, but I have a job to do. It lasts for a week. Dang it, I'm gonna do it, but just
it's change of scenery for him, so
Yeah, that's actually very, very true. It's like, wow, look at all this other stuff. He's still viewing it from the Twilight side, but at least visible. So, but otherwise, nothing seems to be amiss within the camp. Peripheral mage side is not going off. You guys probably do a little patrol around, look around. There's not like big tree cover nearby or anything like that. If somebody's going to come to the camp, there's not a lot of ways to sneak up, especially with three sets of eyes kind of meandering and wandering, looking around.
I'm gonna do quick divinations to see approximately when should we be on the lookout for this person to get here.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah.
That's a specific question, so just the 2 for each.
Instant and
Because I only want one question. Yeah.
Which does mean a little overreach.
Yeah, overreach by 1.
Nothing. 3 and 4, 7. Cool. And so go ahead and verbalize your question just so we're clear on what you're actually asking.
When will the other mages come for Rilla?
Giving you a little leeway to kind of, because you are you're, like I said, it's limited to casting stuff about your future effectively. But yeah, still.
I mean, I don't plan on leaving her.
Yeah. Well, yeah. After sundown.
Okay. I will communicate that to everyone else.
Noel and Theo. Yep. Potentially Catherine, I guess.
Yeah. They'll be here after sundown. Someone will be. I didn't try to keep it open-ended.
All right. Theo's gonna take a sit in the dirt and adopt her shadow name. Sort of go through that mental shift.
Would you like to? Thank you, Chris. Would you like to tell everybody what your shadow name is?
Baba Sarah.
Yeah.
And besides the name itself, would you like to describe the vibe behind the shadow name? And because you've only got it at 1 dot, if I remember correctly.
Just a 1 dot for
Right.
now, but it's definitely going to get stronger.
Mm-hmm.
So her appearance would be a little more like, in the matter of makeup or whatever would adjust your face a little bit. You'd sunken cheeks a little bit, and sort of dark circles around the eyes, and sort of a death mask-y sort of vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, the clothes look a little bit more tattered than might be normal. That kind of stuff. Her hair gets a little like grayish and more wispy.
Cool.
That sort of thing. Definitely an aspect of death to it all.
Sure. As the Moros here. And what kind of magic does Baba Sarah do?
Baba Sarah is like a guardian, a protector of graves and graveyards, and but also like of hearth and home and that kind of stuff. So it's kind of what Theo's leaning into for this.
Gotcha. A little bit of the the real old school banshee almost.
Yeah, very much. Yeah.
I knew Craig would appreciate that.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. And so Noel looks down and it's like, hang on. But I'm definitely seeing something is changing, but I can't quite place my finger on it. So we jump back over to our away team as Petrichor steps through and Legba's right behind, or...
If Petrichor steps through, then Legba goes immediately after.
Gotcha. There is a little... I don't imagine it's magic. It's smooth, right? But there is that jolt of temperature and humidity and just a general change in the atmosphere as you step through from this field to what looks like the upper levels of a warehouse. There's a couple clerks who are standing. Well, no, probably wouldn't be any clerks at this point. But there are a couple think very... I had the Christmas Carol stuck in my head right now. And you have the large warehouse loading and unloading, big old doors and all sorts of stuff going on down there. And then up here is where ship owners or, the business happens kind of stuff. And they can look down and look at things. And so there are some different little, not really even offices so much as desks set out. And there is an office at the end, and you guys step out into the middle of this, and the temperature and humidity change Actually, this feels probably a little bit more homey for Legba. There's a little bit of salt in the air, and it is definitely a little bit more humid near to the water. Well, I don't know. You guys are near the river, but it is definitely a step up. And you guys are looking down at a busy, warehouse with people moving stuff with cranes, the big heavy like working a wheel kind of crane. We're not talking about electric or anything like that. We did time travel too. And you have big cargo nets with huge crates in them and stuff like that. And for Petrichor, you see the mountain lion basically making a way down towards the office at the end, which is just a big simple door that's half ajar.
Like on the ground floor?
No, you guys are up on kind of like a
okay.
mezzanine, kind of looking down.
Following. Commit to your big mistakes.
Cool. There you. So I'm trying to think.
Actually, no, we get in there and I see all this. I want to do that. Come on now. You know what it's time for. Oh, geez, that's a lot of spells up.
And you got to do it at sensory range because my ass ain't stopping.
All right, yeah, fine. We'll just keep going.
Does your demeanor change, or is it just charging full steam ahead? Okay, cool.
Following. I mean, it's not like sprinting, right? It's just this confident, casual.
Yeah, I'm just. Did you press the left click on the thing and crouch, or no? Is it just
no?
Cool.
Isabel does not have stealth dots.
Sure.
I'm imagining like a Terminator direct march.
That's true for the two of them. Yeah, it might be pretty.
I'll
accurate.
be back.
The lion just moves through the door because it doesn't give a fuck.
Right.
And a moment passes, and Petrichor hears. Actually, at this distance, and because you guys have inward-outward eye, actually, you are seeing past and through the door, and you can see.
We don't deal with those borders.
You can see a. She looks English. Woman, her hair done up in a very tight like bun, leaning over a table of documents and manifests and things like that, and Petrichor sees the lion stepping through. Legba, you have a little bit more of a surprise to the sudden motion as the woman stands up, steps back, and reaches to the side and pulls a staff and jams it at the mountain lion.
Oh shit.
Now, of course, for Legba, you just see her grabbing a staff and stabbing at the air. Petrichor has a little bit better understanding of what is happening.
I am, we'll say, brusquely entering the room.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen.
What rank spirit is this?
Just two.
Only you two.
So the door, kind of gets flung open. Do you draw guns? Okay. Are we drawing two guns? Okay. Which actually cuts back to, does Legba carry any kind of weapons?
No.
Draw guns at this nice little English lady. She's totally fine and nice and sweet. Who is... I think from Petrichor's angle, you can see her striking the mountain lion once, and it just falls over. It doesn't die, but it seems to have just dropped into some kind of slumber. And she looks up and sees...
You have just injured someone under my employ.
Looks you up and down, looks over your shoulder at Legba, who does not look like a guy you want to fuck with. Literally.
Yeah, she's about to find out.
Yeah, well,
Legba rushes forward, and she's about to get struck.
all right, we
I
we're
guess
not
roll
even talking.
initiative then.
Yeah.
No. She in his mind, she has already committed a grave offense by requiring Isabel to fire in self-defense. And everything she said about transgressing means Legba needs to do what he did in Tonto Makut.
You wait, this is not the same person.
Oh, the staff? No? I thought...
I mean, it might be. You can
Does not
change your
look the
appearance.
same.
They do not
With
look
magic.
They do not look remotely the same.
And the staff is not the
The
same.
staff is the same.
Staff is the same. Okay.
Legba's
Got it.
assuming that it was a guy's, and he has never seen her. So
Sure. Yeah, that's
the
fine.
mountain lion goes in, and he's like, he has no idea. Just someone with a staff. You said that.
Sounds
So
great.
Well,
Yeah.
and I mean, the description had been made, but I mean,
Yeah.
the logical jump up, they both have the same
Oh,
staff.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
cool. All right, great.
So. Wait, hang on. No. D10 plus 6, not 6 dice.
Oh, we're rolling initiative.
Yeah. If you are going to make an assault. And what was
Okay.
your
Put me
Isabel?
at a 8
Okay.
total.
Do we have initiative on here?
Not off the top of my head. I mean, the stat is, it's kind of in the bottom.
Oh, there's a button up top.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Where is it?
I always forget that.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
7. So
So she goes first.
and because we have been so bad about this with fights, including literally an hour ago, what is the goal? And this is more meta out of character. What is the goal for
Yep.
your team?
I would say it is to pursue violence in the pursuit of knowing what is going on with this, how they know about Rilla, who these people are, that kind of thing.
So you are trying to get her into a position to be interrogated.
Right.
Ralph, you're on board with that as a
Yeah.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Just again, out of character, just because that's how these rules actually work.
Right.
Her goal at this point is to leave.
Okay.
That is, she doesn't want to fight. She just wants to get away from you. Which does mean, and this one I will actually roll, and we will see if she's able to do this as quick as she had before. And she doesn't have any time for high speech. So
She gets one yantra. That has to be a reflexive.
oh, and that's true. And because she's casting the sympathetic, it has to be okay. Cool. So that actually does make my math very, very easy. And willpower.
So no yantras.
Right.
Yep. Now you got your bonus.
And then okay, sorry, I'm just going to do this verbally because I can't keep up. 5 gnosis, 3 spirit, 8 plus willpower because she wants to get the fuck away is 11.
3 space, you mean?
Yes, thank you.
So she's casting a space spell.
Minus 2.
It's 11. Yeah.
It's 9. So yeah, 9. Yes, counterspell is a thing.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
check
like we could try and
out.
counterspell it.
Yep.
Yep. Fuck yeah.
Let me go find. Let's see here. One
It's just
dot.
Clash of Wills. No Arcanum versus no Arcanum.
Except because you do not have the Arcanum, I think. No. Comparative, it doesn't matter.
I have space.
No. The same level. Countering the spell.
Yeah, Ralph has to spend a mana.
The ratings are irrelevant. It says it right there.
Countering the spell of a mage with a higher rating in the target arcana
Yeah.
requires the player to spend a point of
Right.
mana.
Yeah, we have equal space.
Right, because they both have 3. Yep.
Okay. Well, I didn't. Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're
I thought
good.
you were saying it was a space 3 spell, not that she had 3 in space.
I assume 3 because he said that she had 3 from defense. You took a minus 3 defense penalty from space armor earlier.
Got it.
Yep.
You know me. Space.
So-
I don't know this shit.
Sorry, I got distracted by the initial question that I was even looking for. Do we counterspell before or after I roll? I guess actually, yeah. We'll. I'll go ahead and roll. Okay, so
She rolls.
She fails the spell.
Yeah, she fails the spell.
She fails.
Which is
fantastic.
fantastic.
Yeah, excellent.
Yes. So that is her action. Because yeah, she had to do it immediately, which puts it over to Isabel. Right? Because you had 8. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is just marching straight over and just gun right to her forehead. Or probably just like 2 guns right to her chest.
Yeah. Presence plus intimidation. I will let you use firearms in place of intimidation.
That sounds great.
Actually, I take that back. We're going to use
You get an equipment bonus to the firearm
exactly,
to intimidation roll.
So it's going to be presence plus intimidation plus 2 because of your revolvers. We'll make it 3 because you have 2 revolvers.
And you've already shot her once with them.
Right. Sorry, what did we say? Presence plus
Fire that plus intimidation plus 3.
Two
Cool.
successes.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I mean, I guess it does probably doesn't matter.
What's up?
My social feat would let me use my revolver specialty in a relevant social situation.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
But I get
Yeah.
I doubt the 1 die is going to make it go to 5, so
Yeah, with her spell like failing her in that moment, and then guns pressed to her, can't miss, coup de grace level of violence, she just freezes, and like
don't try
the
to
staff kind of like gets pushed away out of her hands. But that is her free action, and she just, whoa, hang on.
don't try to go anywhere. I'd like a lot better answers than when you tried to talk to me a few minutes ago.
Cool. And just going to keep in initiative order just for the moment. Legba, is there...
And then grab her staff.
Just because at this point, your action was the 2 guns there, but...
Right. Oh,
Legba goes up behind her.
No, I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
The words,
Verbalizing,
grab
yes.
her staff.
Legba is going to prevent her from having her hands available. So he doesn't go and grabs a staff. He goes up behind her and he puts her in a full Nelson.
Sure.
And lowers her to the ground forcefully.
Okay. She's going to go ahead and take the beaten down condition and just fucking surrender. Which...
Oh, thank you for the raid, Verbal Tales.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yay!
Welcome. We're doing
Hey.
shenanigans.
Good old mage shenanigans.
Wrestling with a seer?
Wrestling with a seer, baby. Newbie mages don't know what the
yeah.
fuck's going on.
Chat will get you caught up. Yes. So, she's held kind of awkwardly in that full Nelson. Her hands are out. She's not reaching, and kind of looking up at this point, drawn away from the guns.
I mean, her shoulders are moved back too, so it's
Right.
he's intending it to be painful.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. And kind of pauses up and is kind of stuck in a spot, but there's now that room of for Petrichor. Okay, hang on. Legba's kind of there in the firing range, but and she goes, okay. What's this all about?
Do you speak Spanish?
A little bit.
God damn it.
And then Legba starts talking to her in high speech. He says, "You," and he enunciates as clearly as he can to indicate his fluency. He says, "You are going to tell us exactly why you came to take someone under our protection, and why I shouldn't snap your neck and she shouldn't riddle your body with bullets."
Yeah, no, she's already surrendered. So yeah, no, she's like, listen.
Yeah.
Oh, the Iron Kings give the command, and you do not turn them down. Like this is. I don't know what more I can tell you. I don't like it. I had no idea that the Pentacle. Nope, hang on, not the Pentacle. The Diamond Orders were involved in your town.
Who is?
The Diamond Orders?
As I said, you're going to give us a lot better answers than you tried to this morning.
Well, it's difficult to converse when my spine is being realigned.
You're doing a good job.
So you're not adamantine arrow. Okay, sorry.
I don't know what that is. It sounds neat.
Nice throwback.
Aggressive chiropractic.
Yeah, that's your chiropractic.
This is. So you don't know who the Iron Kings, and then repeats the word exarchs in high speech are.
As I said this morning, I was aware of one of them, but not the context of what it was.
I am thoroughly upset with myself at this point. And then in high speech, says, "I yield. Release me." It's definitely like a please.
Yeah. A plea, yeah.
Okay. All right. Legba will.
Petrichor will nod. Like, if you needed a little bit more convincing, right?
Got herself beat up by idiots.
Yes, that is
Yes.
exactly what she is doing.
Actual mage children.
Yes. And she slumps to the ground, and just like her eyes are closed. Like you can see like there's a couple tears of frustration in her eyes.
Let's start with a name.
Whose name?
Yours.
Your real name.
No.
Yeah, she looks over her shoulder. Shoot me. I know what you can do. You might not. In times long ago, and she basically gives you the seer version of Atlantis, the Celestial Ladder, and, the Exarchs going up and claiming power, and then, basically taking control and putting power in the right hands is the way they view it. And then there are those of us who serve loyally, and kind of looks, Petrichor in the face, who she's having moments where like because she saw Isabel, right? And now Petrichor is here, and she's starting to glimpse and understand what has happened. But now you have the Diamond Order, and so much disgust in her, who stand and want to dethrone the gods, the Iron Kings. My people stand against them. Their rebellion and sedition.
Well, there's a lot of rebellion going on in the world, isn't there?
Always, unfortunately. And she is saying this like groaning, laying on the floor.
Right. So, one of these powerful beings told you to come to our town?
In all truthfulness, not directly. But yes.
So you're saying that I had a unique experience of talking to it?
Not solely unique, but yes, you were given a special honor, even if you don't understand it.
How do you know it's my father?
How do you not? Given nearly a kingship in Mexico, territory that was going to be rich and fruitful, easy, cheap, subservient labor. It's everything he needed, everything he wanted, so long as he served. The offer is open to you, though the land might be different. To both of you. Kind of like tilting her head and kind of looking back at Legba. You know, do you wish to return home? And yeah, and you can see she's trying to figure out where Legba is even from. Because at this point, because you've spoken high speech, which, does accents carry into high speech?
Probably
not.
Yeah, it'd be surprising to me.
You know, and, we take you back.
It would be a stretch and a roll to do it with fluid high speech.
Yeah, to intentionally do it.
To intentionally be a fucking, like I'm picturing fucking like Remy LeBeau, fucking Cajun accent just for styling on people.
I mean, you can make an expression roll without penalty when you're fluent, so
that's very true.
Seems like you'd be able to just do it intentionally.
Right. It's like okay, we're gonna take a small tangent. There's a woman who was speaking Korean in this southern accent. I died. I was like, it was so good.
Yeah, it was really funny.
I took Spanish in high school with a guy who had really good grammar. All of his on paper was great when he spoke, and he was even like saying the vowels correctly, but there was just like a big heavy southern drawl to it. It was great.
I may just be a simple country archmage.
Okay, hang on now. But yes, so yeah, do you want to return? But yeah, I think, so she's that asshole. Do you want to return back home, reclaim your land, be a king?
Oh, she's saying it, Isabel.
No, to you. Yeah.
No, it's to you.
Oh, gotcha. No.
The offer is available for any who wished.
Yeah, and I think I've had my fair share in being a Doña. Didn't turn out so well last time.
Last time were you awakened?
No.
Sleepers bend to your will quite easy once you understand.
Like, takes her a minute to process.
Yeah, awaken, sleepers, new vocab.
We cannot be tempted with your recruitment into oppression.
Oppression? No. Not at all.
Your perspective is one of the arrogant elite who assume that the oppression they provide is a better circumstance than something otherwise. And you are so deluded that you think we are the ones who are crazy not to recognize it.
Far from the elite. I just understand a losing cause when I see one.
And you're a coward. And you grovel here on the floor, just as you grovel in your mind to these Iron Kings you worship.
No, yeah. Better.
Which one do you serve?
I think she legitimately does laugh. She's whatever one calls. I'm nowhere near high enough in the pyramid to have any say.
Very well. Do not come back to Purgatory Bluff.
She makes a wince and says, well, I may have to plead for my life already, but if I fail, somebody else will be sent. The girl is important. And
everyone is important.
Some of us are more important than others. In this case, they're willing to risk quite a lot for that girl, now that I think about it.
And we are to assume that the Diamond Order would also be interested in her?
I probably wouldn't even know how to use her, but to keep the girl from us, yes, probably. They are that kind of irritation.
I like them already.
And we shall drive them off too, if needs must.
I mean, if you want help driving them off, you more than happy to help you.
Misunderstand. You keep offering us assistance. We're telling you to leave us alone.
Ask, need, or want it.
The two of you are going to stand alone against the Iron Kings and the Diamond Order.
Why would you assume there's two?
I can count. There are 1, 2 of you. Oh, is there...
The two of us against the diamond and the pyramid.
I think she can pull up enough to recognize. She's like, did you leave somebody behind to watch over the girl? How many of there are you? It's not a town full of mages.
Let me explain something to you. You came into our town, attempted to accomplish a deed as a result of an order you received from beings you consider to be not just unfathomably powerful, but also worth serving so that you don't end up on the losing side. And in exchange for your hubris, you were shot with a gun, pursued, and rendered completely futile in your attempts to defend your actions. So, I think your judgments about our capacities and the likelihood of us achieving what we want are erroneous and moot. So we repeat, leave us alone.
I can ask for your name.
Yeah, no, I think she crosses the line and goes, "Fuck off," in wonderfully, old British lady voice. which coincides with the sound of revolver hammers being drawn back next to your heads.
Next to our heads?
Next to your heads.
So I'm behind this woman. She's on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
We have
Isabel's
Inward
in
Out
front.
Eye.
We have Inward Outward Eye on. We can't be ambushed. There's no clash of wills.
Well,
Somebody
actually,
walks up and points revolvers at our heads.
I will go ahead and say, yeah, let's go ahead and do a Clash of Wills, because that is a very fair point. It's going to be rough. Not going to lie.
That's fair.
All right. I don't have any bonus
Well, you
from
should,
duration.
because you have... Oh, that's right, because you did it for just the scene, right?
I didn't.
It was just the
That's
scene.
right, exactly.
Okay.
I didn't do it for indefinite. I don't have the Arcanum and Gnosis or Yontra bonus to afford that yet.
Okay.
But once I do, I will to get that +4. Actually, it only needs to be a year. Anyway, rolling up Clash Wheels.
Oh, wow.
Hell yeah. Let's do this.
I might be about to eat my words.
Mm-hmm. Give me that willpower. I want to spin a wheelie. You know I liked it. Yes.
So,
Oof.
roll off.
That was your chance. Yeah, it was your chance and you missed it.
Oh, that's right. I guess that's a good point.
So, and remember, you do not have to spend your willpower again. You just roll the same dice
Right.
pool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, we've seen crazier. 2.
Rip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And yes, the incognito presence that you guys have used and loved for so often. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there are 2 men in the room with you, with the guns pointed at your heads. There is another man at the doorway with a shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
And, ooh. Shoot. Trying to think how sly they are. They're not that sly. So yes, obviously not going to use her actual name. But yeah, Pyrophis. Are you all right? Says the gentleman at the door with the shotgun. The 2 guys who are adjacent to you are lean, probably late 20s. They're not teens. The gentleman at the door looks a little bit closer to Pyrophis's age. Little bit of gray in his hair in a couple places. All 3 of them look basically English, and watching, and Pyrophis says, well, I mean, this one tried to snap my spine, and that one pointed a gun at me, but all said, yes, I'm fine. They are quick, though, so let's make this quick.
The guns aren't necessary. We were just leaving.
Yes, they were. They can walk, though. And so, like, unless you guys interrupt or anything, they basically point you towards the door, out and down from the flight from that upper level down to the warehouse, and then out onto the docks of London. But yeah, they escort you basically to the loading docks of this warehouse, and then motion, basically to the streets and the smog-filled skies. Yeah, I think we're starting to get there. And
yeah.
and the 3 gentlemen standing closer, Pyrophis a little bit back, say, "Fuck off."
Legba looks at them and is memorizing their appearance.
Sure. That long look up and down, I will remember your face kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't say anything. He just looks at them, and they can probably assume what he's doing.
Sure.
And he turns on his heel.
Yeah, and like if there's any look over the shoulder or anything like that, they watch until you are out of sight.
Yeah.
It's okay with me.
I figured.
So now would be a good time to know about that traveling thing we talked about.
Do you want to explore this place?
That's a hell of a split the party.
No,
All right. Well,
I can't say I appreciate our surroundings.
That's true. It's actually probably
Or
a
the
little bit colder
distance.
now that I think about it. Yep.
Yeah.
Probably find some diamond murder people if you go looking, though.
exactly.
Or just more Sears.
Probably both.
Who do you find
Like
first?
this, he says, he looks around, looks for an alley to go down.
Sure. I mean, warehouse district and stuff like that.
It's London.
Cool.
You find one.
Yeah, I figured it wouldn't be hard. I'm just, narrating exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
So, looks around to go down an alley and leads Petrichor over there. And then looks to a corner of a building and looks to see if there's any brickwork, anything that could be removed.
Yeah, you can probably find, I don't know if you can find an entire brick, but, butt of the gun to smash something up or...
Great. And he says, I want something from this place. Because if they cause problems, we're going to come back and burn down everything here.
Petrichor's like, yeah, sure.
1840s London would definitely be a loose cobble.
That's true, yeah.
Great,
Yeah, if you
so
don't
yeah.
want something from the brick, from the building itself, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so he's going to pull up something, maybe dusty on the side, clearly a part of the road. And then it's time to cast his first collocation. So...
so it's always nice because I was like, this was going to happen, but Ralph sent me a message that said, I'm taking space 3. I was like, perfect. Yes, absolutely. Because now I don't even feel bad about sending you to London.
No, you don't need to worry about it.
What does the spirit look like around
Oh,
here?
dude, it is dirty.
Fucked.
It is. Oh, dude,
Yeah.
and the resonance here, considering the warehouse, out of character. The warehouse is a seer operation. It is heavy with Mammon kind of vibes. A lot of make money at any cost, backstabbing deals. Raptor might kind of be in there a little bit with the predatory, side of things, but yeah, it's all just mammon, greed, push people till they break, work them hard. Yeah. It's like,
Pollution,
oh, this is
spirits,
gross.
and all sorts of bad shit. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what I'm seeing as I'm like, no, I don't want to be here. Peppered moth.
Are we talking about Vista Metalaria? Oh, yeah. Industrial melanism. All right. We're going to call this
Go home.
Chains of Space. So it's going to be instant cast. I'm going to be touching her. Don't need to cast on her. Let's see. Not going to use any of the reaches because I don't need a portal. I need people to see it.
Notably, just rather than talking about touching her, all you need is the 5-foot space. Because you only need the space that you were standing in.
Oh, okay,
For the
yeah.
collocation.
I guess that's a good point. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Great.
Itty
Then I don't
bitty
need to
little doorway.
pull her over at all. Yeah. Then I will do that. Excellent. And so I need instant cast. I don't need duration because we're just going to instantly blink unless you require us to spend more than one turn moving between places.
Technically, you will have to spend a turn to send her and then another turn to send yourself.
Okay, gotcha. So then...
It's also nighttime here.
I will...
I was just saying it's nighttime.
Oh, yes. It is very, very nighttime.
Eh,
Because Wyoming dawn all the way to London.
as long as it's like +8.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's like +8 or +9 hours.
That's true. So late afternoon
not even that.
into...
Yeah, 8. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, what is the location that you are targeting for the spell?
Targeting right outside Theo's wagon.
Okay, so that's going to be something
have
that
a
you don't have a great
sympathy?
connection to.
Okay.
Probably just take yourself home out of comfort.
Oh, that's a good point. Let's go to the mine.
Right.
That's probably the place I have the closest sympathetic connection, or the strongest sympathetic connection. I've been there mining, meditating
That
there
I
every
feel like
day
you have
for
a
months and
strong
months.
connection to.
And I'd probably intuitively do that anyway. Like the strongest chain, why not use that? So that's a good suggestion. So we'll go right into that meditation space in the mine. What happened to my spell template? Weird. Okay, so as I was saying, I will keep it up for 2 turns.
Which it is.
So I'm not gonna.
Is co-location a duration spell?
It is. And I don't need potency. Oh wait, I will.
just a little
Yeah. So I will spend a reach to shift the primary factor from duration to potency, and then I will take a -2 penalty to increase duration from 1 turn to 2 turns. So I need 2 reach for instant cast, and then change primary factor, and I have 1.
And
free.
sensory range for sympathetic.
Yep. Oh, that's right. I
And
keep forgetting. It's
then-
always sensory range.
And then another one for
Yep.
active spells.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because I
Cool.
imagine you
So
dropped
I need 4.
Inward, outward eye.
No, I don't trust them.
Okay, so
I'm going to drop it once we get back.
so 2 reach then.
+2.
Yeah, I need 2 extra. That's right. That's fine.
I just had a thought, but I'm not going to verbalize it. Carry on.
What was the thought? Can we get a
I'm
paradox
not-
condition?
I'm not.
Oh, and then it's going to be exarchal
Speaking
dreams.
curses out.
Tell us later, it's fine.
I'm not saying nothing until you make your.
Tell us off stream.
All right, fair enough.
Until you fail those rolls.
Gotcha. So, let's see. Total reach would be instant cast. It's going to be change primary factor. It's going to be sensory range, and then it's going to be 2 more for this being an active spell.
5.
Great. So that's 5 reach, and I have 1. 1 free reach. Fantastic. Gnosis 2. 3. I'm not going to increase potency. I'm going to increase duration. It's -2. Then not going to increase scale. Bonus from Yantra is going to be 5 because he is opening away.
Definitely the Limbus Shadow Name.
Yeah. And then it's a son.
Okay.
So that's going to be 5
no,
there.
not the Ason.
Oh, really?
Sympathetic. So you need a sympathetic Yantra,
Oh, that's right. Okay, cool. Yeah, good. Thank you.
which you
Sorry.
know the name of the
Or
cave. Like I'm sure
Alright,
there's
fantastic.
probably a name in your head that you call it by.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or
excellent.
even just the representation of a dark alley to a dark cave.
I like that.
That's a really good point. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great
You're
suggestion.
just stepping through the shadow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, was that a pun there?
No?
Okay. I was going to say, because we navigate by the shadow.
You know, my best puns are
Never
never
intended.
intended.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, that's true. Cool. So, it's me 4. It's 9. It's -2 is 7. I think I'm gonna be okay with that. Recast if I need to. Great. And then I'm gonna spend, because I have it, I'm gonna spend 4 mana so that I don't trigger paradox.
Okay. Well, the chance die. Yep.
Well, I have 1 free reach, and if I eliminate 4, then I don't trigger paradox
Just
at all.
remember, as soon as you have any paradox in the pool, you can the most
but
you
I
can
don't
reduce
have
it down
paradox.
to is
Oh, that's right. I need 2 dedicated magical tools in order to eliminate a chance die.
Right.
That's right. Cool.
regardless.
Thank you.
It was a 5. No big deal.
Great. Fantastic. So let me spend those 4 mana. 1, 2.
5 because of sympathetic, unless you've already taken that down.
Oh, that's right. No, I haven't. Okay. 5 total. Yep. Great. Down to 4. This is the most mana he spent his whole time being a wizard.
Takes 2 turns to cast. It was going to take 2 turns anyways. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. So it's 4 turns total because it takes 2 turns to cast, and then there's a duration of 2 turns
Oh yeah.
until we're both back in the mine. Great. So roll 7.
This is my concern. Okay.
Yep.
I was like, if spend all that mana and then it fails and it's oh no,
that would be
we're out of
bad.
mana. Okay.
Then we're gonna do it again. Yeah.
So cool. You guys make it on through, and now I verbalize my comment. You could just not care about the paradox and just release it. Just while you're there, it's like, you guys deal with this.
Kind of like taking a dump in the elevator.
Right.
That's hilarious. That's a really funny idea. That's a good point.
Yep. But yeah, I did not want to put that idea in your head until everything was done. So cool.
No. That's he still doesn't think that's a responsible thing for him to do as Legba.
So yes, step through, 1, 2. Here's my question. How often is the meditation circle in use?
It's used in the early mornings and then the late evenings.
Gotcha. So normal time during the day, nobody would actually.
Generally not.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
what
early
do you define
morning.
early morning? Because we've only been gone for
Like
an hour.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe a little longer, depending on how long the walk and the tracking took.
That's true, because that did take a bit, because if nothing else, the walk down there and stuff like that. So,
Right.
Yeah. So, and like I said, it's very close
like
to
a couple hours
dawn,
early.
before dawn, and then, in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So
Probably good then.
but I would leave it up to Drew.
No, that's my thought. So yes, there's nobody there to see Petrichor and then Legba appear out of nowhere. But leaving the mine, there are definitely some people who kind of look and I didn't see them go in. But it's far more strange occurrence than obvious magic. But of course, I mean, they're working. We must have just missed them. Yeah, no big deal. But brushing close against that.
On the way out of the mine, Isabel is going to come out of Petrichor and stash her guns away.
Stashing them.
In her bag.
I had imagined you.
Like she had her bag with her.
Totally makes sense.
So she takes off the holsters.
I'm totally cool with
the
that.
belts.
So yes, and so you guys make your trek basically back down to the cart, where the home team, sorry, Ash and Craig, been a very very kickback kind of day, which fortunately is kind of what Craig needed, yeah, nothing has happened though. For Gisela, I'm sure it's it's fine. We've got time. We've got hours yet, until sundown.
Yeah, actually, with that, I probably would have gone into town just to stop by the shop and explain to Anastasio that I won't be in today. Because
Anastasio gives you a huge hard time of, you're going to leave me to run this place by myself? Are you kidding? I'm not capable of that. Yeah, it's big dramatic.
I'm just explaining that Rilla is fully under the weather and Mortimer and Jules are off doing science, so
of course they are.
I'm staying with her.
Sure, okay. And yeah, he's the one day that you're gonna ask for a thing, okay, whatever. Like it's a lot of good-natured grumbling and like, I guess I will try to remember where everything goes in this place, which he knows back of his hand. But yeah, and shoos you off, go take care of Rilla.
Yes, I'm not just not showing up to work all the time.
Right. We're not there yet, but mage consequences. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, Isabel's already moving in that direction.
That did prompt me. Do you stop by the tavern and cover for Isabel being gone, or check in on anything like while you are in town, right?
Probably not. Like, that wouldn't have been
that's fine.
a thought. She would have had Isabel handles her own life.
So the area is a bit of a hive, especially if you do your divination. Okay, I've got some time, I'm gonna go cover the shop. Yeah, there's a lot of people searching, and you definitely like, well, where is Isabel? Like, people are looking, some people probably trying to figure out what's going on. Fast forward here to when you guys are getting in, and Warder Enright is at the tavern, as you guys come down from the mines, and Warder comes over and like looks you up and down and takes your hand gently and Isabel, are you all right? Well, Miss,
Yeah. Thank you so much for asking, Mr. Enright. It's been an eventful morning. Is Madame Robert okay?
She, I believe, is still bedridden, but no, she is all right.
Yeah, she definitely seemed to have taken it to heart, the invasion of our home.
Yeah. it's not just place of business, it's the home. Yeah, okay. And he nods and says, okay, well, I will have 2 of my men come down and just keep an eye on the place in case this thief shows up. Do you, and like looking around, because there's a little bit of a crowd, a lot of talking and stuff like that, and Warner kind of leaves. Do you have valuables within your room that she was after?
A few possessions left from my life before, but I can't imagine that anyone would know about them, or I wouldn't have thought. But
kind of looks around to see who's nearby and says, well, if those are a concern, we can put them in my safe and make it clear that they're not here, and and I dare them to try the safety of my home. Meanwhile, Ralph is like, been there, done that twice.
that is a beautiful gesture, Mr. Enright. Thank you.
Good. Well, you just think about that and send for Ike. He can come get them or something like that. Or one of my boys.
I'll definitely do that.
Send for Ike, please. But good. And then like
when Madame Robert has recovered, I think that perhaps a small town meeting of those most influential among our town might be worth having. I can't. It struck me that we are a wholesome community. We've never had something like this happen before. But that's not to say that something might not happen again in the future. Perhaps someone should be appointed or prepared to lead the town.
And like you can see this face of me. I lead the town.
Yeah. I mean something along the lines of a sheriff. Someone we can fall back to in times of distress. And like I'm trying to be very like, and like I mean those might not be the actual words that she says, right? But like it's very clear that like we absolutely love looking to you for leadership and for the well-being of the economy of the town and all that. But perhaps you might not be the best for defense of the town should something happen.
Perhaps we need a lawman.
Yeah,
right.
He nods. He says that's a fair idea. I guess our town is growing. That is a concern. I will need a sheriff. And he's got the very like back home kind of vibe to the sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, Sheriff of Purgatory Bluff. Okay. Like you've kicked off the gears, and as he's he does. Actually, I guess I should clarify. Ralph did John Paul Cloaklegba come down and with Isabel? Was there a delay, or did you stay up towards the mines?
No, he's not.
Isabel probably would have asked him to continue on to to Theodosia's.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense.
Okay, so you guys kind of split somewhere in there. Okay,
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
Which also saves the awkward look Warner Enright was going to be like, wait, hang on, why are the two of you hanging out? So yeah, that's very good. And pats Isabel gently on the shoulder, very all above board, and says, "Oh well, please, the tavern is safe. There's nobody here. The men have scoured the town, and there's no sign of some assailant." No sign of blood, even other than what little was on your floor. It's very confounding.
I must have only grazed her.
Well, you are safe now. I'll see to it. You and Madame Robert. And then goes off, and the coach goes back up to the mansion. Hour later or so, two of his steely-eyed, marksmen, are basically sitting outside the tavern with rifles. It's considering the town, it is a very militant gesture.
Mm-hmm.
People don't just walk around with guns on their
Right.
hips, let alone stand with rifles.
Nope.
So, but over at the cart, Legba makes the journey down, and yeah, there where I feel like after Gisela's divination, we're step down from DEFCON 1, a little bit more relaxed. Noel does not look relaxed in any regard. I think as a ghost he's incapable of it, but
Can you remind me what the result of Gisela's divination was?
After sundown.
correct.
Okay, gotcha.
Where I probably either see or run into Gisela at some point.
No, because we were imagining that Gisela had done that fairly early on because she did
And
it
then
after
went
the divination,
back?
right? And then went
Oh,
back.
I see.
Because she's
Oh,
staying with
sorry,
Rilla
I
while
missed that
she's
part.
sick.
Yeah, got it.
So yeah, the three of you plus Noel are kind of down there at the cart now.
Great. Then Cloak will give him the basic rundown on what happened. And he'll say in particular, we may need to return there. I have this, and it is, that cobblestone.
Right.
And he hands it to Theo and says, I want you to preserve this because we may need it to make our way back. Also, when you determined, he turns to Gisela and says, when you determined when we would see them next, I'd like you to see if that has changed at all based on what we did when we were there.
Of course. It was 7 die when I used a willpower,
Mm-hmm.
and 1 paradox. So yeah, I will use another one because I had 3 more.
Okay. No paradox.
One success. And yeah, I'm just asking it the exact same question.
Cool.
When will the... In my head, it's just others is the rule for other mages.
A little change now that you know that there may be potentially 2 other groups.
Well, I was trying to keep it open initially anyway, because I didn't know if the one who came was the only one
Mm-hmm.
from her organization.
Sure.
So yeah.
Okay. So
When will
it's a
the-
very open when will they come
Yeah,
Okay.
they.
sundown.
Not a specific one, but sundown again. Okay. That has not changed. Someone will come for her at sundown.
Great.
Did you say great?
Yeah, he says great. And he says, I know what I need to do today.
got a couple
I-
hours, yeah.
And he says, I need to seek intervention. He says that in high speech.
Mm-hmm.
Cloak's going to summon.
Cool.
He's been planning for this. Wait until he understood space enough.
Do you know of anyone who could get me a gun?
Do I?
Yeah.
There's
Enright.
probably a gun at the shop for sale.
I mean, I'm not going to walk into the store and buy one.
Sure.
That's
But
suspicious.
sure, buying one would be suspicious, but you're also the clerk. You could steal from the store. Now, of course, please don't steal from your work. But,
Anastasia is there.
I mean,
Otherwise,
right
I would
now
just,
he
like,
is.
borrow the one that we keep behind the counter. But he's there.
Legally speaking, you should not steal from your place of employment.
So yeah, Cloak says you could likely get one from Warner Enright.
You could also just
he
ring
would
up
say
your own
one.
sale.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the issue right now is that because Anastasia is at the shop.
Yeah. I can't just walk in and be like, hi, I'm gonna borrow this without it being really suspicious. I feel the same way about taking a rifle from home, like trying to sneak it out around mom and the kids.
Otherwise, meta-wise, you do know, Isabel's pretty chummy with, the folks up there.
Yeah, why not just ask Warner Enright for help?
And I mean, there's a couple of the miners who have guns. So, you being the town shop owner, there's some social aspect there too. So, couple different options, and I will give you a week to think about it. Yeah, because if there's anything, and notably because I feel like this is good. Okay, now we're gonna prep for what may be coming. Which just for you guys, don't make any like long-term stuff. We have to finish up with basically whatever is going to happen with Rilla, and finally, Theo and Catherine are going to go see their plot of land, and we'll probably start our time skip with the
Raising of the house.
house raising, and that'll be kind of our little milestone
Nice.
season end kind of thing. So don't start anything new, please. But yeah, is there anything you guys are like in the immediate, like right now?
I just laid the hook for
Sheriff.
my time skip
Yeah.
thing. Oh, I'm taking a point of willpower for that, by the way.
From which vice? Oh,
Manipulative.
yeah. Absolutely.
Like played him like a fiddle so much he didn't even make me roll for it.
No.
That's right. Forgot
Right
about my
along
riches
his
and
vibes.
roses.
Yeah.
Like, flattery, and then to like, oh no, like
You're
no,
a great
obviously we
leader.
look up to
but
you. You're a great leader, but in times of
Mhm.
struggle,
That makes sense.
So,
And Cloak leaned
Sarah
into
will
both
knock on
commanding
the
and.
door to the cart and
Hey,
open up.
go ahead,
Can you
Brock.
all-
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you can take that.
Okay, just for a second there, it seemed like you guys couldn't hear me. No worries.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Open up the cart and just let Catherine know. That
Yeah, a little knock, and calling out. It's like, okay, it's clear. And yeah, Valosia is like, oh, thank God, because she's been stuck in here for maybe an hour, 2 all told. Probably on the max end 2 hours. And Rilla comes out holding her blanket like a I don't know, a shawl or a stole, right? And just starts off with her, conversations. And then, I think appropriately, you guys kind of watch as, like, very dramatic, the camera pans to Rilla leaning forward and pantomiming a signing motion.
Yes.
That's cool.
And yeah, as she awakens to the Abrimos path, what exactly may have happened to her and how she comes out the other side and what is her vice and virtue now and all that. We'll find out next week.
Can we see if I caught that moment of transformation?
Oh yeah, like I said, there's
Okay.
that dramatic moment of where everybody looks over and goes, "Hang on, what is Rilla doing?" Like, she was talking, and all of a sudden she stops.
Because I wanted to try and capture that on scrutiny.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
So thank you all for joining us. Vorpal Tail guys, if you're all still hanging out here, thanks for coming by. But as always, if you'd like to join us on Discord, that is www.yeetinto.space. Come hang out with us, join us, chat with us, talk about the OA stuff, talk about your games, talk about how to figure out Mage, because it is a confusing system. But I promise, once you get in, it's less confusing. I'm not going to say it's not confusing, but it's less confusing. And we are happy to help, and we have a ridiculously awesome squad. One person happened to message me today and said, you make this place such a good safe space. And I was like, I didn't need feels and tears in my eyes at work. Screw you. But I was like, I feel very touched. So yes, no gatekeeping. I'm going to gatekeep gatekeepers. Deal with it. Very good, happy space. We try to keep all the weird political world stuff out. It's just come relax, come be chill, come look at birds and dogs and
show us your dogs and birds.
Very, very happy space. That's kind of the goal, even though we're talking about horror stuff. If you want to support us monetarily, that's patreon.com/occultistsanonymous or just www.staylucky.club. Yes, if you do not catch those references, it's stuff from the Rookery. Are we ever going to change it? Probably not, because it's going to be a pain in the butt to change all the links. And I'm A-okay with that.
They're really good links.
They're very good links. There's also some merch that you can pick up. Also, Deviant is out. Mummy is out. Go check them out. Very, very good books.
We have an affiliate link in the Discord, the permanent link.
Yes.
You can throw us a few dollars when you purchase it if you like.
It doesn't cost you anything. We get a little kickback in drive-through RPG bucks that I usually put towards buying other games for us to play or supplements or stuff like that, which is always fun. And there is some merch out there. I have the big skull mug, so I don't have the Rookery mug handy. But yes, very good merch. Amenable to witchcraft, totally a witch.
Hell yeah.
So if you don't want necessarily Occultist Anonymous stuff, we do have some just...
You can get the really cool skull. The ram skull.
The ram skull is very, very good. And brain spiders. If you don't know what we're talking about, go check it out. Links somewhere in the YouTube-y thing. Twitch guys, I really should figure out how to put links in there a little bit more often. Sorry about that. But just come by Discord. That's all there.
Kind of a name
Gotta get the good stuff.
Exclamation point links.
Yeah. Just got to do it. I guess I'll do that this evening. Cool. Thank you all for joining us. Players, as always, thank you for being here. I do only slightly apologize for the fact that Ralph has been staring at you this entire episode, unblinkingly.
Oh yeah,
when you wake up in a cold sweat at 3 a.m. after viewing this.
Just hop back on the stream. I'll still be there. I'll talk to you.
The stream will be off.
It's
okay. Ralph.
All right, well. Fine, find me on the server.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't sing people a lullaby.
Ralph isn't real. He can't get you.
He's only in your nightmares or dreams, depending.
Ralph can't hurt you.
Yeah. Static Ralph. Oh God. Okay. Bye, folks.
Oh yeah.
You've been great.
See you later.